Hello, Rocketeers. It's Miss Parker here. I hope you all had an amazing break. I hope that you all were safe and healthy, and I cannot wait to get started with science again. Now, we are switching it up. I know we've talked about social and group behavior, survival of the fittest, but now we're going to get back into our matter energy type situation. So we've talked about what matter is, which is anything that has a mass and takes up space. We talk about energy, which is that which is needed to do work. Now we're going to talk about how these two things play a part in plants. So I know we've never gone over plants, so I kind of wanted to focus this video on making sure that we all understand what plants are, what the parts of plants are, and what the different parts' jobs are. So we're going to watch a couple videos together. I'm going to stop at times to make sure that we're all on the same page. And then we're going to see what we learned about some plants. So bear with me 1 second while we get started. Okay, so actually before we get started, I wanted to make sure we go over our vocab. So let's do that. Our first word is growth. Let's think about what you think the word growth may mean. If you said an increase in size, abundance, or complexity, then you are correct. So that means if it's increasing in size, it means growing bigger and bigger and bigger. If it increases in abundance, that means the quantity is getting bigger. And if it increases in complexity, that means the quality is growing. Your next word is material. Can we guess what material may mean? Anybody got a guess? Materials are the matter from which a thing is made or can be made. The matter from which a thing is made or can be made. Next, we have a plant. What is the definition of plant? If you said a plant is a type of organism that gets its energy directly from the sun and is unable to move from place to place on its own, then you are correct. I'm sure you did not say all of those words, but a plant is an organism that cannot get up and move, and it gets its energy from the sun. Next word, we have weight. Can anyone tell me what you think the word weight means? What do you think the word? If you said weight is the heaviness of an object, then you are correct. The weight is how heavy something is. Next word, matter. Now, everyone should know what the definition of matter is because we've gone over it a bajillion times. Matter is anything that has mass and takes up space. Anything that has mass and takes up space. Photosynthesis. Big word, $2 word. What is photosynthesis? Think about it for a second. If you said that photosynthesis is the process in which plants use sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide to produce sugar and release oxygen, then you are correct. If we want to simple that down a little bit, photosynthesis is how plants make their food. And those are all of our words. Okay, now that we got the vocab out the way, let's get to the video. All right, so our first video is the parts of a plant. We're going to go through, see what the different parts of a plant are and why they matter so much. Let's get on it. Okay, so they're unique in that they make their own food. Okay, so they start as a seed and develops roots. So roots, stem, leaves, and flower are important parts you're going to need to know for this video. So they're going to mention all of them. I just want you to know that you're going to have to listen out for the roots, the stem, the leaves, and the flower. All right, so roots, they absorb nutrients and anchor the plant in the ground. They have two jobs. They are the ones that's going to make sure that the plant gets the nutrients it needs from the ground, and that is going to stay planted in the ground. Okay, so the stem comes from the shoot. So the shoots grow up looking for sun. They grow into the stem. The stem is responsible for. So once again, we have a part with two jobs. It's supporting the plant by keeping it up so that it's holding those leaves and the fruit and the flowers upright. And it also is responsible for transporting that water that the roots soaked up. Big word, photosynthesis. That is the job of the leaves to make food through photosynthesis. Write this down. So our energy to keep moving and everything constantly food. So does it. So in order to keep the cycle, sorry. In order to keep the cycle going, they have to create seeds in order to reproduce and keep making new flowers. I'm sick. I'm sorry if y'all can't. If y'all, yeah, I'm sorry. Pretty flower. All right, so you have your roots, your stem, your leaves, and your flower. The roots is responsible for anchoring the plants and soaking up the water and nutrients. The stem move that water and nutrients and keep the plant steady upright. The leaves make food through photosynthesis, and the flowers make seeds to keep the process going. One more video, and then we are done for today. This is when it gets spicy. Hot diggity dog. They look gross. It's quite gross, actually. So unlike in the last video, we were talking about how unique they are by making their own food. There are certain plants that are incapable of doing that, so they do this, and they look gross doing it. Yeah. It's a parasite because it takes from other living things. All right, my peoples. So we learned that not all plants make their own food, but for the most part, plants do make their own food. That is what makes them unique. They are able to make their own food. Each of their parts have a different usage. And yeah, and they can still take from other things as well. So plants are unique. They're interesting, and that I cannot wait to learn more about them with you. Now, I'm going to go because I'm sick, and hopefully when we come back tomorrow, I'll look and sound better. Bye.